the kind of the final 10-4 subscriber base tour with Nerevar, also known as S'mores. He's got a YouTube channel of his own, which I'll be linking to in the description down below. And as you saw it there, I was nearly killed by a hornet. All right, Nerevar. Well, why don't you go ahead and take us on the tour and explain where we are and what we're doing first?
So we are deep into the hub city, and I've never actually seen anyone build in the empty parking lot before, and so I thought I'd give it a shot. It's got a lot of walls already pre-assembled, and the gates held up really well. I knocked out the bottom line, the bottom row of bricks, and got the fully upgraded reinforced spikes. I've noticed crawlers and dogs can kind of crawl through it, but that's about it. Nice solid rampart going all the way around, and then a big tower in the middle.
Cool. And you got with just a single layer of spikes?
Yeah, that's all it takes. In fact,
Cool.
these spikes here up against the tower, I don't think they've actually gotten any kills.
Oh,
And
very
then
nice.
in this prefab, there's the little hut kind of over there by the red car. And I took that down, around week two or three.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Just didn't need it anymore.
Scavenge different parts.
All right,
Wow,
well,
I like the look of the tower.
thank you. So inside, when I am having people over, we all just kind of hang out here.
Oh, very nice.
With a mine down below, you've got the water supply, campfire, and then I tried to stack the ores on top of the forges so you didn't have to guess which
Oh,
forge.
that is a cool idea.
And so I've got
I have
more
not
ideas.
seen that done yet before, yeah.
I've got some more ideas about how to make the forges more than just a one block sized entity that you plop down and you use. And I've actually got a second base that we can look at too here. We can kind of sprint towards it after we're done with this base, and I can show you some of the other things I've done with forges over there too.
Okay, yeah.
All right, so down below is just a mine, nothing too fascinating. Up here, each floor, aside from this one, because the game
Yeah,
robbed
I'm
me
not
of
going
my
to look at the
potatoes.
skirt, sorry.
But each of these
Are you
floors
having any
here,
growing problems, or are they growing okay?
everything was growing okay, and you'll notice that I have a variety of lighting schemes in each floor to see what crop would grow with what kind of lighting conditions. And as it turns out, you don't need a lot of light, and light will actually go through the bars.
Very cool. I wonder if that's going to change the new dynamic lighting in Alpha 11.
That's a good point. I hadn't actually thought of that. So up top here is what few books I've managed to collect doubles and extras of, so I just got them in the library there. There's a
Oh,
whole bunch
yeah.
of apartments nearby, so I got all the furniture I needed. Little reloading station, some real simple storage. I thought I would eventually
Sure.
need, a way to actually shoot down and kind of defend the walls, but we're up high enough, and the whole wall and the spikes are just so self-sufficient. I don't think I've ever actually killed anything from any of these little balconies that I've made,
Oh,
right?
I like the layout of them though. It's a lovely view of the wasteland.
Yes. And then finally, just kind of the last thing I've been working on, it seems like some of the concrete has been taking forever to dry up here, but this was going to be the main sleeping area, and we're so close to Alpha 11, I've kind of been messing with it, kind of not. But you've got, the best view in the house up here. And then lastly,
Oh, that's great.
at the very, very top, um,
Oop, where did the... Oh, there it is. I looked the wrong direction. Okay.
I really struggled with how to cap this whole tower. I wanted to initially do some like four-peaked Gothic cathedral made out of wood with supports and get it just right, but unfortunately with the structural integrity system being kind of weird, I wasn't able to do it. Almost died a whole bunch, wasted a whole bunch of wood, and eventually I settled on this kind of crown design.
I like it. And you were saying you didn't fall at all during this entire build?
No. I did fall from the level we're on down to the level below it, but I never actually fell while building the tower onto the ground.
Wow.
You know, and then and this here in the middle is just some temporary support timber while the rest of the concrete dries. But again, it seems like it's taking forever.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's amazing how weak that the concrete forms are.
Yeah, it is. Did
Uh,
the I did the whole thing with no craft or loot timers, which made this possible. Um, and then max spawns 150%, and 100% block durability. Those four things seem to be the big factors that determine just how hard it is to build in any given place.
yeah.
How is
Oh,
your food and
he
water doing?
wants me. I'm okay.
Okay,
I'm just
I
listening to that hornet.
here. 1 second. Just kidding. Some coffee for you.
You know, by chance, have a spare club for this run, do you?
Here you go. Well, dude, I've got a club, SMG, shotgun.
Oh, shotgun would be lovely. Thank you.
And then a little bit further is the shells.
Okay.
Lock and load, good sir. And I actually finished this whole thing, just a few days ago, and again with Alpha 11 being so close, and man, I am so excited for that update to drop. I'd like to start a nomad series, see how hard I can survive in, how hard of a game I can make and still be successful in it. And I'm really looking forward to the cave system and the level of loot system.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah, really looking forward
I'm
to
very
that.
interested in seeing it. They keep saying that the really weak weapons at the beginning will be a challenge. So that, I think
Right.
that'll be the learning that new balance will be the fun part.
So let's chug that coffee, and we're gonna head west. All right, you ready?
I love that you've got yep. I love that you got a stop sign on your butt.
Yeah. Ooh, man, with fraps running, I'm
Whoa,
only getting.
hello.
With fraps running, I'm only getting about 15. Yeah, about 15 frames. That's okay. It seems like in the hub city, you get swarmed, but if you can sprint out of there, you've actually got a few minutes apiece. And
Oh
so,
yeah,
like,
I mean, I don't know if you've ever seen Zeo Kill Zeds do it. I mean, you can do it. It's just you just got to be aware and don't play like I do.
it was fun though building in the hub city. It was a challenge. I got to do my tower design, and I really like how it turned out aesthetically. Um, and I didn't fall at all, and I learned a lot of lessons building this other base, which I actually built first. And when I built this other base, I did use full timers, and I used block durability at 50%. And I tried a few different build styles to see if I liked some of the aesthetic choices I was gonna make. I don't think I've actually ever died in this world. I think I'm on day 30 with no deaths. Oof.
That's really good, especially in the hub city.
And thank you.
I'm watching that hornet.
I was hoping to find one of those fully built parking space prefabs closer to my base, but that was the closest one I could find in the hub city. And since I haven't seen anyone build there before, I really wanted to do it. There's one right here, but only one of the four walls is still standing.
Yeah, it's the one wall, right?
Yeah.
So it's the four wall version of that. Yeah.
And plus, I did want to be right in the heart of the hub city. For the base, there is a jump you're going to make, or you're going to die. So, since we're both recording and there's both of us, feel free to stop at the edge and time your jump carefully. And when we get inside the base, I can certainly detail it some more. I'll cover you while you are lining up to make that jump.
Okay, 'cause that hornet's right behind us.
Yeah, no worries. I got it. I actually probably would not build in a hub city again. It's just too damn depressing.
It's tiring, emotionally tiring.
All right, so here we go. Do not fall in there, because you ain't getting out. It's this
Okay.
jump right here. Oh, yeah, that was tough. If you fall in there and die, sir, I apologize ahead of time. In fact, oh, nice
All
work.
right, I'm good.
Okay, so this was my first base, and actually my, oh god, my frames are so low. Actually, it's probably the damn trees.
Trees and lights.
Trees and lights? Okay, well, I'll leave it here, and I guess I won't pan the camera real fast. Uh, the inspiration here, I was actually trying to go for like a Warcraft 2 human barracks kind of a feel, and it wound up being way narrower than I thought it was going to turn out, and eventually I just kind of accepted that and rolled with it. Got 4 turrets on one on each corner. This is kind of what I was doing initially with the forges, and so each forge is actually just the element that's just kind of spilled out around it.
Uh-huh.
You know,
Yeah.
Alpha 11, I will incorporate this little technique with the one we saw in the tower, with a couple other techniques, and to really try and spice the forges up a little bit. You know, mine down here, turret at each corner, and then just a whole line of garden. Um, Up on the
I like it.
ramparts.
It's a very nicely organized kind of yeah, it does have that military feel to it, kind of a barracks kind of feel.
On the ramparts here, we've got some dirt, and I was trying to go for this like this raised flower box design that I actually saw on your very first base tour. I liked it so much, and I wanted to do it, but I was really resource strapped, and like each of those like small wooden fences is like 9 pieces of lumber, and I just wasn't in a position. I didn't have any of the power tools when I built this base. This was all done without the chainsaw, without the auger. That plan kind of fell on its face, and if we actually go up onto the rampart, we'll see that some of the turrets actually collapsed in on themselves. Oh, weird. Yeah, my frames just jumped big time. Like, that's good.
Yeah.
I weathered the 7
Oh,
and
oh, that was bad. That was bad. I fell off the I fell off the top
oh, sorry, buddy.
onto
Oh, hey. So here, I will.
oh, I can get out.
Can you?
Yep. There's 2 frames down here.
Yeah, I don't think it'll be enough though. Here, I'm gonna. This is so bad. Yeah. So there's a lip there. So what I'm gonna do is I'm
Yeah.
gonna see if I
Yeah,
can't
I need
get
a couple
these
more
to you.
frames.
Yeah. Just drop those on your
Okay, that
face.
should be good. Oh, and I have no health left.
Yeah, I've got stuff for you. I've got enough redundancy between the 2 bases.
Yeah, I backed up a little bit and I hit the edge of the overpass and went right down. Let's see.
You got enough there just
Possibly,
to, yeah, just to pillar jump.
yeah.
And so I worked on this
Am I on the
base.
inside? Yeah, I'm on the inside.
Yeah, so I worked on this
Okay.
base for the first 2 weeks in game. Um, and there were quite a few things I didn't finish. You know, I didn't finish all the spikes. All the spikes aren't upgraded. I didn't finish all of the turrets quite the way I wanted to, and even this didn't really quite turn out the way I wanted to. But I learned a lot about structural integrity. I learned a lot about how to make the arches, circles. You know, because the top of my huge tower in the hub city is a really nice circle that turned out very circular.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then how I wanted to use the different textures and colors, you know, aesthetically.
Yeah, it's quite nice. I like it. I'm definitely going to be stealing this idea for the forges.
Hey, go for it.
All right. So did you go back upstairs?
Yes, I did. Yeah, here, I'll come grab
Okay.
you.
To the scary death place.
It's supposed to be the safe place. So,
So
some...
are you all the way up now?
Yeah, yeah, we can be, yeah. It's a nice
Oh,
view.
I'm trying to.
You know, you can see in every direction. You know, there's not a bad line of sight. Some
Yeah.
lessons that I took away from this base were I don't actually like the long, narrow, rectangular shape. I do like the square shape quite a bit more. I think instead of tall, turrety buildings on the corners, instead one fancy-ish round tower in the middle that gets quite a bit of elevation, that would give you the best line of sight in all directions. I think it would give you the best perch to shoot from. Um,
Yeah, because in this kind of a layout, you've got if you have something coming from like the west, for example, you won't be able to get a shot on it.
yeah, not a good enough one until the cops are too close, and that seems to be, the big problem is the cops.
Yeah.
So another thing I noticed
But
too,
that was extreme.
the pit that I dug here, it took a long time, it was expensive, and I did it kind of early in the build. Totally unnecessary. I think that pit has killed like three, yeah, maybe three zombies. Unless they push each other down there, the pathing doesn't take them down there.
Yeah, they won't drop unless they get shoved.
Yeah. Boy, that
Or
guy.
usually sometimes on feral nights, they'll spill over the edges for a long drop.
So yeah, between
Oh,
the two
very cool.
bases, I'm on day
I like
30.
it.
Yeah, and
Yeah, it's a lot of work.
in this base, I did do 2 rows of spikes outside, but again, it's just not necessary. Another thing I learned in this base, there's a lot of room that I wound up not using, which I probably could have figured out how to use a little bit better. I have kind of a safe room back here, and this is where there's 2 extra forges, 2 extra campfires, ammo, guns. Um, you know what I forgot to put back here is an infinite water source. No, good lesson for next time. I
Yeah.
also realized that stacking all these things against the wall, good use of space. However, I also then have to go outside to actually repair a lot of those blocks.
Ah, yes. Yeah,
Right?
and behind a spike.
Exactly. So yeah, I did this one
Nice.
first and learned a lot, and I took those lessons inside to the hub city with me. And I really like how everything turned out. I took a lot of lessons from watching your base tours. Uh, and let me tell you, I got really motivated after your second base tour. The folks that built that enormous castle in the snow,
Oh yeah, yeah.
boy,
That was amazing.
that was awesome. And I thought I don't think I can build something that good, but I think I can build something pretty good. But I don't want to go after that guy.
Yeah. Well, they're committed builders, and they're on the community server building a lot of stuff too. So, um, yeah, they're pretty good. All right, that was great. Thank you very much for the tour. And like I said, um, check out the channel link below, where I'll have a link to Nerevar's own channel, where you can watch the video as well and all his other videos. And I recommend you guys check that out. Give him some likes, get him going on his 7 Days to Die career.
Definitely some
And
advice if you guys don't mind. The channel's very young, and so all the comments, all the advice I can get, I definitely appreciate.
yeah, definitely, definitely. All right. Well, thank you very much for the tour, and we'll talk to y'all later. Remember, if you like it, click that comment button. Tell your friends, family, and your grandma. And I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.
Later.